Welcome to Chess Puzzles Explanations. Let's look at this particular puzzle. We see that queen in h1 is giving us a check, so which leaves us with only two squares, which are namely e2 and d2. Now we need to decide as to which of these two squares is the right move. Because white king is under check and we cannot bring any pieces, so there are no other legal moves pretty much. So the only legal moves are e2 and d2. So how do we decide which one of this is the best move? So for us to decide which of this is the best move, we need to look at the farther corner, which is this corner. So as you can see here, we have a battery of bishop and queen. While it looks powerful, there's very less that can be done here, because if we capture the rook from here, so they can capture it back and there's nothing much that can be done later. So for us to make use of this situation where king is almost not able to breathe, we need to make sure that in the battery the queen is in front of the bishop, and the only way of doing that with least number of moves is basically making sure that we capture this knight back. Let's say we capture this knight back, and because it is all constricted, they will not be able to bring any other pieces to support the square at g7. Once that is done, let's say the bishop goes to f6, then we can have our queen move to g7 and deliver a checkmate. But for us to make sure that we execute this, it's very important that the square f6 is not attacked. So now if you look at it, we have two options for the king. One, let's say we go to this d2. If we go to d2, the enemy will be able to play queen to f3, which will pretty much stop us from playing this capture of knight and leading to a checkmate. So we need to make sure that queen cannot come to f3 square. So for that to happen, we need to make sure that king can only go to e2. While we can do this, there's definitely the queen can capture our rook, but we need not worry much, because we already have a way to force the checkmate. So we'll have to think carefully here, and based on that we should prefer e2 move. Let's try the e2 move. Yeah, as you can see, so now this has moved to, knight has moved to g4. So now knight has moved to g4 and is protecting the square that we wanted to concentrate on. So now let us say what are the things that we can do here. So because the knight has moved and it is protecting this square again, we will not be able to do much here, but at least we have an option to capture their queen back. So one of the options that I can see is we capture the queen and let them capture our queen, and we can capture the knight back. At least we will be up by 3 points. This is assuming that there is no easy way to do a checkmate. Let's see if there's any other way to do a checkmate. So can we move the bishop here? Doesn't make sense. Here also it doesn't make sense. So most likely rook capturing the queen seems to be the right move. Let's try that. Okay, this is the right move. He captured our queen, and like we said, we can capture the knight back. Okay, so while we were not able to deliver a checkmate here, we've been able to make use of the position, and we've been up material. So wherever you have an option for forcing a checkmate, even though it may not materialize, it can actually give us other options of play where you will be able to win the material. So it's decisive that we look at the checkmate options and use the threat of checkmate to make sure that we force the play where we will be up material. Thank you.